Thank you for joining me for another episode. Today's mindset focus is going to be on the buyer's journey and how to get sales and marketing on the same page. The reason I speak of the buyer's journey is that because if sales and marketing don't have the same perception and understanding of the buyer's journey and the definition of the different handoffs within the buyer's journey, that's when you have a lot of challenges. So I want you to think of the buyer's journey like a relay race. And sales and marketing are the team members on that relay race. They have to cheer each other on, they have to practice together, and they have to practice handoffs. And as the leader of the organization, you serve as the coach. It's very difficult to have a successful relay race team and tell them to coach themselves. Now, they probably can do it, but it's always better to have an outside source watching and critiquing and helping them think about the challenges and the ways to do things better. So let's go through the buyer's journey. Many times people think of the buyer's journey. I've heard of people talk about just 3 steps of a buyer's journey, and mine is a little bit more complex. I like to dig a little deeper. And the first step is the epiphany. Now, the epiphany is when someone has a thought because they've seen something that just sparks a thought in their mind that says, hey, I have a problem, and that problem has to be solved. I didn't even realize I had it. I didn't know that other people had it, and they're thinking about it differently. And a lot of times marketing is involved in that through messaging, through promotion, through social media activity. And it could be educational things as well. Then there's awareness. Now, awareness can come I put awareness after the epiphany. Sometimes someone knows they have a problem and they start the buyer's journey from awareness because they didn't have to have an epiphany. They've had that a long time ago. And so they have the awareness that they have to find a solution. The next is research and exploration. Studies show that when people finally land up in the when they're ready to speak to a salesperson, they've already done 70 to 75% of their research. And they've done that through the internet. They've done it through talking to people. They've researched. They've gone, crawling around on different sites and looking for information. Then there's consideration. And this is where the individual really starts to dig down and actually reaches out to different organizations to ask more questions, to get more information, to do the comparison of what is working and what is not working, or what do they have or what don't they have. And then they also start to ask questions from their coworkers or people in the industry to see, who knows about these organizations. Finally, there's decision. That's when you're getting into the PowerPoint presentations. You're getting close to statement of work and contract and so on and so forth. This is where you're really going to take the sale from being a opportunity to a client. And throughout that process, sales and marketing are really working together. Even though there's a moment where sales becomes takes control of the process, they still need things from marketing, like information for the PowerPoint presentation or extra documentation, case studies, data sheets, and so on. So they're still working together throughout that relay race, handing off different components for success. So again, when I think about the buyer's journey and I think about sales and marketing together, I really think of it as a relay race. And the other reason I think about it that way is that they're a team. I think that, sales and marketing are 2 different functional groups within an organization. I don't particularly like to have sales and marketing under the same umbrella, because what happens is that you don't get the right amount of push and pull that needs to happen within sales and marketing, and marketing tends to then become order takers instead of strategic partners to ensure that you are getting the right leads and opportunities brought into the table. So your mindset rehab of this episode is to really change the way you look at the buyer's journey. You've got to bring sales and marketing together. Make sure there's clarity and consistency and agreement on the buyer's journey. Make sure that there's clarity, consistency, and agreement on the handoffs. And also take the time, just like any sports, to go back and review the tapes. Review to see how people are, how the handoffs occurred, how the two teams, did they get the information they needed, when they needed it, and so on and so forth. So when you're focused on changing mindset with and to improve your sales and marketing interaction, because ultimately that's just going to help you get more leads and opportunities and then close more deals, is to get your teams working together. So that's my healthcare marketing mindset rehab for this time. I look forward to seeing you again.